In the unforgiving arena where politics, power, and personal reputation collide, a new battle line has been drawn. It's a conflict that pits two of America's most recognizable families against each other, ignited by a single, explosive claim. But this is more than just a war of words. It's a formal legal challenge backed by a staggering threat: $1 billion. This is the story of how a resurrected, long-debunked conspiracy theory has spiraled into a potential landmark legal showdown. Melania Trump has put Hunter Biden, the president's son, on notice. At stake isn't just money. It's about setting a new precedent for accountability in an age of viral disinformation. So how did we get here? And what does this billion-dollar threat signal for the future of public discourse? The fuse was lit during a public interview that quickly gained traction online. Speaking on a video titled "Hunter Biden Returns," Hunter Biden made a direct and startling assertion about the origins of the Trump marriage. He alleged that the late, disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein was the individual responsible for introducing Melania to Donald Trump. This claim, presented as a casual fact, immediately ignited a firestorm. For the former First Lady, this wasn't just an inaccurate statement. It was the revival of a toxic and defamatory narrative that her legal team had fought and defeated before. The statement struck at the heart of Mrs. Trump's personal history, directly contradicting her own long-standing account of meeting her husband. Her team saw this not as an accidental misstep, but as a deliberate and damaging falsehood, and their response would be anything but subtle. The reaction from Melania Trump's camp was not just swift, it was surgically precise. On August 6, 2025, her attorney, Alejandro Breerto, dispatched a formal cease and desist letter to Hunter Biden. The language was unequivocal. Breerto's letter labeled Biden's statements as a collection of falsehoods designed to cause harm. It demanded two things with absolute clarity. First, an immediate and full public retraction of the claim. Second, a formal apology to Mrs. Trump. The letter contained a severe ultimatum. Failure to comply would force Mrs. Trump to aggressively pursue all available legal remedies. And what would those remedies seek? The letter quantified the overwhelming financial and reputational harm at an astonishing $1 billion. This figure wasn't just about compensation, it was a clear and calculated signal, designed to command attention and demonstrate the perceived gravity of the offense. It was a warning shot, fired with intent. To understand the confidence behind this move, you have to look at the history. This is familiar territory for Melania Trump's legal team. They have a playbook for this exact scenario, and it has proven highly effective. For instance, after journalist Michael Wolff made similar allegations, the Daily Beast published an article repeating them. Faced with a legal challenge from Mrs. Trump, the publication promptly issued a full apology and retracted the story, admitting their reporting was based on a claim that was not substantiated. More recently, veteran Democratic strategist James Carville repeated the same debunked theory on his podcast. He, too, received a legal notice from Mr. Breerto. The result was the same. Carville quickly apologized and removed the offending content. For Melania Trump's team, the case against Hunter Biden is even stronger. They argue he knowingly recycled a falsehood that had already been publicly discredited and retracted, not once, but multiple times. In any defamation case involving a public figure, the legal bar is exceptionally high. It's not enough to prove that a statement was false. The plaintiff, in this case Melania Trump, must prove that the defendant acted with actual malice. This means her lawyers would have to demonstrate in court that Hunter Biden either knew his statement about the Epstein introduction was false when he said it, or that he acted with a reckless disregard for the truth. This is where the prior retractions become the prosecution's cornerstone. The argument is simple.
The truth was already a matter of public record. By ignoring the established facts and the previous apologies from other outlets, they contend Biden's actions meet the very definition of reckless disregard. The cease and desist letter was not an open-ended request. It set a hard deadline for compliance, August 7, 2025 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That deadline came and went without a retraction or apology from Hunter Biden. Instead, sources report that Biden's team leaked the letter to the media, a move some interpret as an attempt to control the narrative, but one that also confirms its receipt and signals the seriousness of the situation. Mrs. Trump's memoir and numerous interviews have consistently placed her first meeting with Donald Trump at a Fashion Week party in 1998, a well-documented event with witnesses. Her lawyers argue that Biden's decision to ignore this record in favor of a salacious, debunked rumor while leveraging his famous last name constitutes a malicious act for public attention. In today's hyper-partisan media environment, a claim like this can metastasize instantly, as one analyst put it, reaching tens of millions worldwide before a correction can even be issued. This case, therefore, transcends a simple family feud. It's a battle over accountability in an era where truth is often sacrificed for traffic, and viral lies can inflict irreparable harm. Melania Trump's billion-dollar warning is not just legal theater. It's an attempt to draw a hard boundary in the shifting sands of our information landscape. It's a declaration that for public figures, while the burden of proof is high, there is still a line that cannot be crossed. As this high-stakes legal chess match begins, the world is watching to see who will blink first. This is a developing story, a potent clash of power, reputation, and the very definition of truth in the 21st century.